Blog Talk Radio.
It, I got it, anytime you desire. Hustle always ain't stopping, we live with that Endie Fiya. Get it straight to the point, no chaser, no false facts and no chaser. Gas will on your way, that entertainment news, daily inspiration. Put it off to the side, east to the west, to everyone in this nation. Never be to the celebration, with a girl in motion and an RP4. Switching the keyboard, we no sleepers, giving the game on all we know. So, would you please pay attention, especially if you're really on your own trying to get it. Need an idea how to make your wishes, hit it from the soul, how to do it in your head. Even in a view, can't lose, if you've been battered and bruised. This is exclusive for you, these are the tools. We about to bring you the school, and it before it was cool. That Endie Fiya, you'll come get what you need. That's your desire, run with rich and the sea. That Endie Fiya, Fiya. That Endie Fiya, Fiya. That Endie Fiya, you'll come get what you need. That's your desire, run with rich and the sea. That Endie Fiya, Fiya. That Endie Fiya, Fiya.
Yo.
Well, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. That means you're tuned in to another episode of Endie Fiya right here live with Nakia and special guest. Let me talk about my guest for just a moment. Let me back up here. We said, earlier this year around the summertime that we had a lot of different, things going on. You got like family reunions. You have birthday parties. You have, you got all types of shit going on when you have, during the summertime. Well, my co-host is not able to join us tonight because he has some of those family things that we talked about earlier this year. And I didn't want him to have to rush, and leave his party. So happy birthday to Rich's brother. I should have got his name. Yeah. But they're celebrating his birthday tonight with a huge family dinner. So, Rich, we got it held down for you tonight. And, just take care of family. That's the most important. So my co-host tonight, normally I'll just go ahead and do things solo. But my co-host tonight, I want to call her like my business bestie. Is what I want to call her because that's she's been, ever since she was on the show earlier this year. Probably like, when were you here? January, February, March, December,
November. That was November.
See, yeah, it's been a year and you back. So it will tell you that you can always come back. You can always come back on Endie Fiya. You might be co-hosting, you might be the DJ, but you can always come back. So my co-host tonight, she goes by many different names. And we talk about, we talk about egos and alter egos, on the show a lot. But she's a jack of all trades. And when I say she goes by many names, she really does go by many names. So I don't even know what to call her other than my business bestie. So you got the floor for a minute. Tell the listening audience who you are, how you came about doing what you do.
Well, what's going on, business bestie? I like that. I had to write that down. That was nice. Well, my actual name is Susie Newton. I will definitely always go by that. My artistic name is Barely Saved because you never know what the hell I'm going to say because it's just the truth. And then the other names we'll just leave y'all to figure it out along the way. But what I do is strategic marketing and consulting for small businesses mainly, and for those who are looking to brand themselves in a way, or should I say on a market to where they haven't been able to break through or can't figure out how to find their groove, I help them find their groove. And one thing that I always stress is consistency. So with that being said, I have Saving Sexy Radio. I am an author of Constance Chronicles, which is why I was on your show back in November. Thank you again. I appreciate the opportunity for that. And then I have Place of Purpose, which is my nonprofit organization to help reach the community in many different ways through businesses and talents, one community at a time. Because, as I know, I travel for work. And while I travel to these different states and these funny or small towns, I'm able to research and actually see things that I wouldn't normally see, where I'm from. So I just want to be able to bring some of the experiences that I gained from my travels to be able to just bring that back to the community wherever I'm at, wherever I go. So that way children can learn things firsthand. And, and I'm also branching out into some countries, so I'm excited. So all of that got to it's coming together in this due time. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Well, I'm excited. I know we have some things lined up. We've talked about, some things. And so I'm excited to finally start, being able to partake in those things that we've been discussing.
Absolutely.
Because, I stay busy, but I feel like there's other places, that my mind can be right now. And I'm just ready to jump on, everything that we talked about and coming ahead for the new year. So be looking out for these business besties right here. Nakia and Susie,
I love that, business besties.
Be making things happen for the new year.
Absolutely.
So normally we talk about different, just a little bit. We chop it up just a little bit before we actually bring our guests in for the evening. And I do see you on the line. So I don't want to talk too much about what's been going on because, on Saturdays we do, what's the name of the show? Damn, he said, she said on Saturday.
He said, right. Right. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Normally, we just find out how everyone's been doing for the week. So how's your week been? I know you're coming everywhere, but how's your week been?
My week has been pretty interesting to say the least. They have mandatory overtime, which is crazy because she, her, me. I don't believe in working more than 12 hours a day for somebody else at the most because I have a standard of my own. I cannot do it. So they look at me kind of crazy. But other than that, yesterday kind of made my week all worth the hard work of everything because I got to see some buffaloes. I got to see some buffaloes up close and personal. So that tripped me out to no end. And then I also have the submissions for this poetry collaboration that I'm putting out in December. So I'm really excited about that. And that's pretty much how my week has been. Vibing right there. So it's ironic that, I am the guest host for the day. But definitely looking forward to King Vega coming on because, I was watching this video on YouTube, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm actually over here trying to buy a little time because apparently, I have an intern. There's no strikes against you, Donovan, but it really is some strikes against you. He's actually interning. He's a media marketing and journalism major, and part of his, as a senior project, he had to intern. And so he's been interning with me since September of this year, and I thought, he would have done some things that he was supposed to do, but apparently he didn't do it. So I'm over here trying to fight, and try to buy some time. But, as you all know, this is band season, for me, and that pretty much occupies, like every day of the week for me, band season. Well, Tonight was the last. I sent it to Rich. I was like, tonight is the last official band rehearsal. The last competition is on Saturday. I am so happy. Because I tell you, normally I have to rush in. I have to leave them like 6:30 to be able to get back home to be able to make sure everything is legit for the show. But tonight, the band director got a little, lengthy with his little speech and practice went over. So I got everybody that's trying to like do stuff, like getting, logged in and, just trying to do everything. So I'm just happy the band season is officially, well, it's not over. But, last competition was Saturday. We have 2 more football games, but, they don't have to practice no more. Everything that they've been aiming to do, they've done it, So I want to go ahead and give my shout-out to the band, like, early because I do want to give King Vega, his time. But I do want to give my shout-out now to the Douglasville High School Eagle Regiment They have been, first place in the last 2 weeks competitions, first place in everything, color guard, percussion, music, general effects, on and on and on. First place overall. I'm just really proud of them this year. And me being a color guard instructor, it says a lot, for me that I put in, because I feel like they take too much of my damn time. But I see that everything that I've, said to them, everything that I've instilled in them, they didn't take it lightly. And when it was time to go out on the field, that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. This is my last year because my daughter's a senior. You may have me next year. But, I'm just glad that we didn't have any issues. Those 6 kids that I met it at this year. So without further ado, I want to jump right into this really quickly, and I want to apologize. I'm going to try to get it together before the end of the show, but Donovan did not upload his music, and I don't think he realized. I'm going to tell it. Normally I don't put people on the spot like this, but I don't think he realized the format that the music was sent in. It's not. We can't upload it, so it has to be converted. So I'm going to try to convert, while we're talking to him, so that we can get his music played. Yeah, so King Vega was born August 26, 1991. He is a child rap and spoken word artist that uses vocal melody with a T, melody and intricate, meticulous wordplay to express relations towards others and universal. Hold on, let me slow down. Let me do this all over again.
There you go.
All right, here we go.
All right.
So King Vega, born August 26, 1991, is a Bronx bred, soulful, and very versatile rap and spoken word artist that uses vocal melody and intricate, meticulous wordplay to express relations towards others and universal connectivity. For the past 5 years, he has dedicated his creative prowess to youth advocacy programs, groups, facilities, and nonprofit organizations. Wow, my tongue's all over the place today.
Sorry.
But I believe it's NegusWorld. Don't worry, he'll correct me on that. The Covenant House and HipHopSavesLives. Like, we always have guests on the show, and they have their various platforms, but and I don't want to say nothing too out of pocket, but I feel like some things that they go hard for, it's just like the wrong thing. So I read his bio when I first received it, or when Donovan first sent it to me, and the fact that, the youth advocacy programs, the different facilities and nonprofit organizations, and the ones that he lists, I don't know, it kind of pricked my heart just a little bit, because you all know, the different organizations that I deal with. So I'm ready to jump in and talk about all of those with him. His most notable musical influences are Nas, Q-Tip, Swizz Beatz, and Wyclef Jean. So growing up, Vega had a storybook childhood. But times got rough, and many things changed for him throughout his adolescence and early adulthood. The sole reason for his artistry is to create universal empathy. I love that. An understanding for all listening and viewing. Okay, I said the sole reason for his artistry is to create universal empathy and understanding for all listening and viewing. In retrospect, here lies a musical philanthropist. Thanks.
Man.
So Endie Fiya,
right.
Audience, followers, fans, I want to open up the line now to our guest for this evening, none other than King Vega. How you doing tonight?
King Vega.
We might have him.
Do we have him? King? Vega? Vega King.
Vega?
Vega?
No, can you hear me, sis?
Boss Syndicate?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Hello?
we got you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Pretty fine. Many blessings to all. Thank you for having me.
Good. Same to you, King.
Good for you to be here.
I really appreciate
Yes.
you having me tonight.
I'm glad that
It's a
we
blessing to
get
be
you on.
here.
I don't know if you heard what I said about the
I heard
music.
everything
I'm
you
going to
said.
try to get this done. Great. I'm going to try to get this music uploaded. So I definitely want to give, those who may not be familiar
I don't
with
think the music is important. I don't think that's really important. I think people could talk to me, and you guys talking to me, and we humans here. I don't think that's really important. The music is just it's just a mask for the people to see. I guess so they could pay attention. But what does it really mean in the end?
if you're not a real person, right? So I guess it happened for a reason. So I guess we could just have a conversation. So you can leave that music alone.